What up? What up? What's happening with it? What up? What up? What up? Lizzie, what's happening with it? How you doing? I'm in the parent pickup line, y'all, so it's always a situation in the parent pickup line. Hazel, what's happening with it? Leah Ann, what's good with it? Leah Ann. I pronounced it in my head, but I don't know if it came out how I pronounced it in my head. So I wanted to get it right. How you doing? If y'all just coming in, please hit the like for me. How y'all doing, by the way? How is y'all day going so far? We still early in the day. We kind of mid, we kind of halfway through. Trying to take advantage of summer dream. Hey, for real, because this cold front coming back on Thursday. Floridian to others? What do you mean, Joseph? What do you mean? Like explain how Floridians are to other people? It's not real. Like you, well, I don't know. Probably because I'm a Floridian, but like you know what I'm saying. Like when you meet somebody, Lee, Leanne. Okay, Leanne. My bad. How you doing? How you doing? Got to get Publix today. I know. I gotta go today too. If y'all just coming in, please hit the like for me. Oh, how different we are. It, well, people think we're crazy already, right? So people already think we are out of our mind for living here. Um, and living the way that we do because we're not as afraid of things like people think we are. Like people, think for some reason that alligators are just falling from the roof, knocking on your door and just taking you out your house. People think that alligators are out to get you, and I try to explain that. I think that's the harder part to explain to people that the things that they come and worry about are not what you should be worried about. Like they come here, they worry about the alligators when they really should be worried about Florida man. You know what I'm saying? They be worried about the alligators when you really should be worried about like otters. Which I know that sound crazy to y'all. Tell someone you from up north. They look at that. They look at you kind of crazy. Like so my mom and my sister, maybe like 6 years ago, they moved to Georgia. So when we're out in Georgia, and people start random conversation, they can kind of tell I'm not from there. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, "Where you from?" And I'll be like, "Florida." And especially when I tell them I'm from Southwest Florida, they really look at me like they think I'm gonna do like some crazy stuff randomly. And I'm like, no, no, no. Like we have reasons why. You know what I'm saying? We do what we do. It's not just random. Went there last summer. Edric, I appreciate you. Word about the mosquito, Joseph. That's what I'm saying. And then they'll say things like, "Oh, you shouldn't swim in lakes." And then I'll be like, "Well, you do know that Florida has more shark attacks than we do alligator attacks." And then they look at me real crazy because when they come to Florida, they like to come to the beach, and then I gotta like let them know like it's some difference there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but ew, what happened, Hazel? What happened? What did I miss? Yeah, gators are pretty much cool. Like, oh, gator. But gators are cool. They really don't bother nobody. Like, unless you bother them. Yeah. Yeah, we have gators and crocs. I've been talking about these wild monkeys for so long, and people still don't know that we have them. Like we have wild monkeys, y'all, and every time I post about them, everybody be like, "What? We got monkeys? Florida doesn't have monkeys. This is Monkey Island." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, Florida has wild monkeys that live in Florida. Like they live on the land in Florida. If y'all just coming in, please hit the like for me. Yeah, we got some crazy stuff, y'all. You can. Where else can you walk out your house? Somebody said this on a video, and I thought it was hilarious. And what if? Where else can you walk out your house and see a troop of monkeys fighting some buzzards? Like you don't, I mean, vultures. Just met a dude from Colorado. Had to let them know. Yeah, they be thinking we crazy. Then they see us out there in the water. They be like, "Wait a minute, y'all be in the water?" And I'm like, "Yeah." DNA Outdoors, what's happening with it? TJ, what's good with it? Panther crossing sign. I got Panther crossing signs by my house. Central Florida. See, the thing with Central Florida is probably the most, what's the word I want to use for Central Florida? Y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know what's about. They Central Florida, depending on what part of Central Florida, it's slowly but like becoming not Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It don't feel like Florida at some parts, depending on where you are. Touristy. That's the word. Hazel got it. It's very touristy now. Um, so it ain't the same. It's like Florida. So when people are like, oh, I'm moving to Orlando, I be like, well, you really not. Because then a lot of people, they'll move to Orlando, they'll stay in the city. They don't really get outside the city a lot to actually experience Florida. And then they'll be like, well, Florida isn't that bad. And then they venture down to like South Florida or, the other parts of Central Florida. They get brave. And then next thing you know, they are shocked that they're seeing some of the crazy things that they're seeing. But I put you on Publix chicken to the side. Hey, them chicken tender subs be hitting. They be hitting. Not anymore. Milton wrecked a lot. What do you mean? That's happening all of Florida? Yeah, but like, okay, so DNA Outdoors, like I stay in Southwest Florida, right? So we have some parts that are like, that they built up, but we also have like parts of Florida that we can go to that's not really touristy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still parts of Southwest Florida where we can go that's not really touristy. That still feels like the old Florida. What happened, Lizzie? They don't even know Floridians. Yeah, listen, Maggie. Somebody sent me a video of something that happened in Florida. Lois, what's happening with it? Somebody sent me a video. I gotta post it because I don't even know what this animal is. Like it looked like a platypus. It looked like a platypus. How close am I to Clearwater? Like 2 hours, like 2.5 hours. I'm in Southwest Florida. Joseph, we feel that. We feel that. You know what I did notice though? Okay, so I was talking about like how bad hurricanes were, right? And I realized that a lot of people judge hurricanes based on their personal experience. So how do I feel about Tampa? Tampa's too busy for me. Tampa is way too busy for me. I'd usually go into Tampa, do what I got to do, and go home because Tampa is too busy for me. Like I'm in Southwest Florida, so even Fort Myers, like I moved to Lehigh because Lehigh is like slower. You know what I'm saying? I can go into Fort Myers when I want to and then get out, and I moved to Lehigh. Near Miami, I'm like 2 hours from Miami, so I'm like right in the middle. Like Miami is across the state. I'm on the west side. Hawaii, I know hurricanes. I feel that, but like I'll tell people like okay, so when I tell people Hurricane Andrew, right? I'll tell them like Hurricane Andrew was a crazy hurricane, and they'll be like, oh, but it wasn't Hurricane Charlie, and I'm like, do y'all not realize that Hurricane Andrew was the second most powerful hurricane to ever hit Florida? You never caught me on live. I hate, so I'm trying to go live more. I'm trying to do my best to go live more. So last year I was shocked at the traffic. Oh, Tampa is crazy. Listen, Tampa is wild. Tampa is wild. What is that road? 275? Lizzie, I appreciate you. Y'all please hit the like for me. Courtney, what's happening with it? Chris, I appreciate you. Yeah, people don't know 5,000 butterflies, what it is. Girls get hiccups too. What's happening with it? Yeah, like that's like, so I didn't experience Hurricane Michael, right? I'm in South Florida. Hurricane Michael hit North Florida, right? Imagine me saying, oh, Hurricane Michael wasn't that bad. That'll sound crazy, right? That'll sound crazy if I said that, because Hurricane Michael was a Category 5. But just because I didn't experience all of Hurricane Michael, that don't mean I can like discredit what other people went through. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. Like I had people arguing with me that Andrew wasn't that bad, and then I'll be like, well, they were like, yeah, I was in Central Florida when Andrew hit, and I'm like, So you're saying Andrew, like, I don't know, it's wild. What up, what up, what up? Like, people, I think we have to get out of, and I know you know, it's no Sims. Oh yeah, yeah, no Sims is crazy. No Sims crazy. But where I move now, like I stay in Lehigh now, and where I'm at, I don't get no Sims. But on the flip side of that, I get like crazy mosquitoes. So I don't get the no Sims, but I do get crazy mosquitoes. Like they have the mosquito control that drive around my neighborhood. And you know what I'm saying? Like you hear the planes, the mosquito control planes going over. Um, Profit unknown. I'm doing good. How you doing? The direct hip 2.4. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You talking about 2004? See, I graduated in 2002, so I was just like 2 years out of school. But Charlie, Ivan, Gene, and Francis hit all in 6 weeks, which I get. You know what I'm saying? And where I live, we got hit by Charlie directly. So where I'm at, we got hit by Charlie directly. We got hit by Irma directly. We got hit by Ian directly most recently. Um, Sarasota area kind of got, it's kind of Southwest Florida. You know what I'm saying? But we just got Milton. Um, See, I'm like an hour south of Sarasota. Corbin, what's happening with it? I'm gonna keep posting short. Wilma was 2005, yes. I just looked it up. 2005, I think, had the most hurricanes. Not just like hitting Florida, but 2005 had the most hurricanes in general. See, yeah, um, Charlie hit Punta Gorda directly, and I'm like, I feel old now. You were two. Yeah, well, you were two when the four hurricanes hit. You shouldn't feel old, because how old was I? 7? Nope, I was 9. I was 9 when Andrew hit. So there's that. I was 9 when Andrew hit. But yeah, but I'm just letting y'all know we get crazy hurricanes. If y'all decide, if people not from Florida, you decide to move to Florida, just know hurricanes come with the moving package. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, let's be like, I want to move to Florida, but I don't want to deal with alligators, or I don't want to deal with let's move on. What do you mean? Move on to what? Collaborate. That's your dream. What kind of sketches do you make? Because I make sketch comedy, so I only have one route. Like, I don't, with me, when it comes to collabing, I think because I've been doing it so long by myself, but I did it so long by myself out of necessity. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just doing it by myself and I hang. That's not what it is. I did it by myself out of necessity, because when I started, nobody would help me, right? Um, Nobody would help me edit, do none of that. So I had to learn all of that. And then I started making sketches by myself. I used to like hit people up to play other parts and they wouldn't do it. So I just learned how to do the Eddie Murphy thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know the Eddie Murphy thing when you playing multiple parts. Um, so I just started doing that. Oh, we were talking about your age? Man, but you were born, what, 2002? Don't feel old. Don't feel old. Um, but yeah, I did everything out of necessity. And I'm always down to collab. As long as it's like a real collab, I'm down. Nobody helps you. Yeah, now I got people like, oh, I want to do this, and I'm like, I can't. But now I'm so used to like doing everything by myself, working at my own pace, um, and now it's just like a machine at this point. But I do want to collab, but it has to be like a collab, because most people that be like, I want to collab. And I'll be like, all right, cool, let's collab. What are your ideas? And I try to pass ideas. They be like, oh, I don't have any ideas. I just want to be something on your post. Pamela, what's happening? Hurricane in Florida, too dangerous. Gabino, there you go. There you go. What up, what up, what up? DC. Your 7-year-old Don Highlight. DC, I appreciate you and your son. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate that, by the way. You was in your 30s in the 2000s. Yeah, I was what? 20? Yeah, I was 20. Nope. Yeah, I was 20 when what 2000 no 2004 I was 20. 16 in 2000. Yeah, DC. But I appreciate that super chat. It's not even so. That's what you would assume, right? You would assume it's the money. It's not the money. It's I think the most valuable thing to a lot of people is attention. So when people think, what up, K baby lit, what's happening with it? People want that attention. So they think, oh, I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always down to collab. It just has to be like a true collaboration. I'm younger than you thought. How old you thought I was, Joseph? I'm 40. I'm 41. I'll be 41 in December 27th. Lois, I appreciate you. Mike B, what's happening with it? What's happening with it? Yeah, I'll be 41. I'll be 41 in December 27th. But yeah, that's what it is. I'm down to collab. As long as it's like a true collab, I'm always down. Like people be like, oh, I had somebody tell me they was like, oh, you won't collab with me because um you won't collab with me because they don't have E45 January 2nd. Oh, that's what's up. My daughter's birthday is January 2nd. My oldest daughter's birthday is January 2nd. One thing I always keep in my car, I can't tell you. No, I'm just um it I always have like a what you call a stick. I guess it's a walking stick because you never know what situation you're gonna be in. You know what I'm saying? And you might need a Florida. I call it a Florida stick. Is what I call it. You might need a Florida stick. So I keep a Florida stick with me. December 23rd. That's what it is. Tammy, what's happening with it? December 2nd. Happy birthday. But I always keep my Florida stick in the car because you never know what situation you're gonna be in. Like, what if you get a flat tire, you're out somewhere at night, you have to pull over to the wooded area, you need a Florida stick. You know what I'm saying? You need that to protect yourself because you don't know what animal you might discover. But parent pickup line is very interesting. What up from NYC? What's happening with it? What it is? Orlando in the building. Ocala. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, I'm always down to collab though. I have some collabs on my channel. It's just very difficult for me to write collabs. But like if somebody say, hey, let's collab. And I like the collab because I like that Richard. Keep the point. Petey, where you at now? Publix cakes and cookies. Oh, I have that on deck. I put that right in the house as soon as I take it to the house. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wild, man. Hazel, I appreciate you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. And shout out to you. Face to face with a gator. Yeah, see, Tammy, you need that. I learned that Florida stick can protect you. Chris, what you say? VPAA, what's that? Has it rained today? It's supposed to rain tomorrow where I'm at. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I don't smell the rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Jacksonville moved to Maine. Oh, okay. How is Maine? I bet Maine is cold. Maine sounds cold. Maine just sounds like it's cold year round. Like, you ask me as a South Floridian and you say stuff like Maine, I think of North Pole. You know what I'm saying? I think of snow year round. Your family been watching me too. That's what's up. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate it. Duval. Joji, what's happening with it? What it is? How you doing? You just took a screenshot. I appreciate that. Rich, what it is? What's up with it? Nah, but negative nights. See, that's what I'm saying. Like anything that I don't like, nothing negative, especially the weather. Like, well, some things I like to be negative, but not my weather. I don't want my weather to be negative, y'all. Cause I don't just stay in Florida, y'all. I stay in Southwest Florida, so I'm like right at the bottom. That's when I'm like, that's where I'm comfortable. Like we were hitting the 40s, right? I think we hit the 40s, and then by the afternoon, I want to say we were back in the that one day we were back in like the 60s, and I was complaining, right? I was complaining. I'm like, man, this is horrible. And my sister that moved to Georgia, she sent me a video of it snowing. She's in South Georgia, and she said it was like 27 degrees, and I instantly stopped complaining. You know what I'm saying? I instantly like, you know what? Let me be quiet. Let me stop complaining. Butterfly, appreciate you. 5 days in a row. See, Richard, that's what I'm saying. I can't do that. Like I know, like people be like, "Oh, you're being extra." I know. I'm telling y'all, I will not leave the house. I saw snow one time on accident, y'all. One time on accident. It was not anything that was exciting to me. I rock like Pebble. There you go, Greg. What's happening? Best was falling iguana warnings. I'm telling you, I should do a video on the type of signs. So I owe y'all a video, right? I know I owe y'all a video of the top five, my top five Publix bakery items. But I should do a video on the signs that you may see in Florida. Because people think we be joking. There's some signs that you see in Florida that you be like, wait a minute. I moved down here a year. Oh, for real? Guava pastries, cookie. Carrot cake. I got carrot cake at the house. I'm gonna make my top five, y'all. I'm gonna make my top five Publix bakery items. But it's just the bakery for now. And then I'll do the deli. If y'all like the bakery, then I'll do the deli items. Watching on my flip phone. Jeffrey, what's happening with it? It was in the 30s in the Panhandle. See, that's what I'm saying. I can Have I been to Publix Greenwise? Not yet. Listen, it got some more signs that say more than do not feed the alligators, because it's some signs. It's some signs. It's called, but listen, it snowed in Jacksonville in '89. See, I don't want no part of that. I saw it one time when I was visiting this was like when I was like 10. I was like 10 years old. So it was a long time ago. Lily, I appreciate you. VI, what's happening with it? Listen, it's a lot. But we went to visit like my great grandma in Virginia. This was like when I was 10, right? We're up there. It's cold. I want to say it was during winter break. We're there. And while we're there, I see everybody look out the window. Everybody gets out, runs outside, right? So I'm thinking, we running outside. We're about to go do something outside. We're about to have some fun. And then I got to the door, right? Got to the door and realized that it was snow. And I was like, it was very cold. It was very wet. It was not a great experience for me, y'all. It wasn't a great experience. I didn't experience anything great about it. 36. What's the temperature right now? It's like 80 something right now. We're in the 80s today. This is what I tell people. Like so a couple days ago, well, so normally with Florida, we don't get down into the 40s until like January or February. Like it don't normally get down into like the 40s. A few days it went from like 40 to like 71. I think one day it was like 40 to like 68. Wasn't a lot of Floridians outside. The 80s is too hot. Nicole, where you at? What up from England? What's happening with it? Snowed in Miami? I heard that. Where to get fried grouper? Fried grouper sound good though. Fried grouper do sound good. Colorado, oh okay. Nah, 80s is nice, but you gotta realize like I'm in Southwest Florida, so it's a tropical climate. Tukey, what's happening with it? So 80s is nice for us, especially when you like when we tell people our summers are hot. Well, Florida and it, especially Southwest Florida, we live in a subtropical climate, so most of the time it's very hot and humid. So we get 80s and it's not as humid. It's pretty nice. Homestead bound. Oh, Fried Grouper was the name of the restaurant. Okay, okay. The Tim's and Parkland when it get cold for real. They get listen. Yeah, we get super humid down here. When we tell people, they think we just saying it like, but it gets crazy down here. It gets crazy, but we're in the 80s right now. But that's what we tell people. Like we be chilling, we be cool down here. But this year, I decided to go get into the 40s. Like when I was waking up to take my oldest daughter to school, it was in the 40s all week. Am I recording my flip phone? Of course. Of course. Parent pickup line is a wild place, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here, though. It's almost time for them to get out of school, but I'll be live probably tomorrow. I mean, we're going to do this every day, y'all. But check out the sketches. I got some new sketches coming. If y'all can, please share them for me. That actually helps me a lot if y'all share these sketches. So just send them to a random family member. Don't tell them what's going on. Just send it to them, y'all. Just be like, hey, here. Don't even say here. Just send it to them. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing. Just send them the video and then you block them if you have to. Block them if you have to. Now I'm just playing. But y'all have a great one, though. Positive vibes only.